ya ka say de ye nyina gitum say dollar na ho den no e ba fa ma ye cedi e pejan kakra nkaka na eno na adwadifo a ye hwe animu say at least young consumers in some better to them so na ye ho han kakra eno na agwakwa bibi in fact adwadifo no they are interested in sustainability say the cedi appreciation no e be gina ho kakra na enkoye 9-day wonder. Of course honorable Samson ahin amaye arehye no say niema bebre na ban no ya wa hyekra say by August dey na yenya single digit na yenya single digit but my enson komo no
mucha voice no to
he's on record. Okay. He's on record kwame yensen komo no ase emfa enfri ho kwame
sige mama nchia ne otifo ne producers Dominic monkanche no ma pressure dodo yes and me car kra na me wo gi akra wo ma etimi tu fa wi ma so senkam tuba
pressure be no dey am
of fresh na time so na
say you na wo ye na the time the breast na ye adwuma no kwa me asem be na wo
breast so ne ba na wo dey be zere ke dey bonyumi ebre betra hay
ya di bomba
me chiao na ma chiao tiefo na me di bia ma ne producer Dominic no na ma me champion mabunu nyina na me mo mabaso wo dwumaso a mo ye e de aboa o man ne party no CJ MPP mabunu ho ya rehye mu ne se party no ye ne ye party ne dache e bi atwa mu na ye tesco na dwuma ye wo campus na mpanyifo ne ba no mbeka che se ne ye party ne dache na minim se dache ne wo be 40 years achiu na minim se dache no just a step no do dache no Enti mesre minuanu mabunu titrupa na o school mu ye tesco na djuma o ma wi school ye national service ni ade o ma ye party adjuma or grassroots as youth organizers ni consensus executives sige o mu ne party ni dache de empanifo bi kan ya na adwuye ye se na wo akire no mesre o mu se emoma adwuye o mu se wo akire eye ha ya dache na ye wutu one step two steps abon so wodru enti mesese bibia ye bia na ye hwe na senkomodidie mu ayedi emmoa party nkan kwa ye nyai ye ntwa so especially social media ya be ya enei asema obeka bia no bitimi kwotweba no aba no aba reference no ayesi no me ma asema na me kan se wan twire bia na ayedai asem na aye kan se emmoa party nkan kwa na wan twire bia na ayedai fi so wo twire na ma twire na wi a twire no ena de kikiri ne ba part no empanyimfo no kra ya twere ma wo mu no kra no o mu hye o mu di nkomo meta radio so ni tv so bia asema me kan no se bibia ye hunu se part na mfa part ni nkanko e ma ne nyai na ye rather ye project party no ni nyai ho a ye keka ye ho a ye nkosi aga wo.
I hope you are not in any way trying to gag the youth.
Not at all.
No. Because of party ni mu a.
No.
Say almost share almost sentiment but mo nka o ma nkasa.
Na o ma me nkwan nye de. Na o ba abontin be ka kire CJ say o ma me nkwan nye de. Na ye de. Na CJ ye na ye de. Na nkwan na ye de. E bi o ma me nkwan kira ntrim. Etibia o ma enchiri enkwan a wo ye nra bi enchira ntrim kura wo nka wo sakakra gumu next time man ye ya na o ma enchiri etwa mu dodo nti mesere say next time ya hwe na me mpanchiri bebre wo ka ofie ene so ba ba tina radio so na TV so social media yi aba ba ka say ma me nkwan ya ni mienu no de he na o resolve ye anu guase aba obi ebe wo so ma me kwan ni nkwan ye enso na wo ka o dem na ka ofie a na ma me ye ya ne ye asem no ye nka asem nkasa wo ba ye wo bia ya ye we ka asem no ye se we nyina wonsam ka na office ye ni hwe ka ana office ye nka hwe ana ye beta radio so ana nsam ne koso ye nka ense ni office ye ni bibika ye bibika ba ye wo ba bia ka no we all have avenues new opportunities e kan nsam
ene kwan ya mo fa so kan
ene kwan fa so kan nsam no sanete nobody will gag anyone. Everyone should speak freely. But my point is, be measured. Let us be measured. Jumana there ni mnunya juma ketwa. Say say from where gidi we na fe ye kwasisa boma na ayeden. Ntosu tofom. Na epaya. Ntosu so na paya. O se sa efo. E chen se ntosu atofom aka afa so. Eno na peche. They make am this wa.
Mate. Yen kon komo no so e.
Ai gutafo. Enya no je gutane dollar CD a year. Fiti bra mani fi. Media manyosemachi. Mpo be na menya nhye da nua manyosemachi no. Na mete dollar ni CD ho nsem ye ya. Tia. Sige. Enti ye sati bi ene ya enya de ye me nwanwa. Ena entwa ene. Ebe kwa akonanim. The entire yes and say Ghana, we don't live on an island. Yenti say yam kwan yeti be self-contained mo binti yanchen. Eti bibi bia ye bia no affect obi. Obi so bibi o yen so e dey affect ye. Nti de wo ye bia no denara. E san say wo currency no enye internationally recognized. Say untumi ntam Ghana cedi ni free ha. Enfantu kwan enkotogo nkoto ade enfantu kwan kwa Mali Burkina enkoto ade na African leaders come mu bom say ebedi one currency ebesi na yentimi ni sa one currency no na obroni kokko de ana eda so di ne de sa conversation entwada CJ entwada we in fact we know the solution, we have the solution, but we are not applying the solution. Africa ye kan hu bom na ye se di esika ye ne ye se na ye toto enemo ye Togo ye ma memo ne papa no kokwa so yi ye ko Burkina ye ko Alata ye ko ha na se ya ye di esika na Ghana say kaudi jawo within the African or West African terrain. You wouldn't need any broni kokwa so ba be ka che say fabisika fadija on te sa sa de ne beba so ne de sije be ko so kasa nsem we awo. Enti enya ma so e kasa nsem de ma misumi tim sim na menka bi e de na si de si ne say dollar no e ma no homre so dollar na sorry cedi na atofom no afa cedi no enya ahoden cedi no e pagya ne mu e ya de papa na say ya de bone CJ me e ya de papa de ntia ya de papa ne say ye bibia ye o man yi mu bia no e ye dollar na hoden ana say dollar no e fombo e affect cedi no either positively or negatively. Chema akwaba me ama na akwaba na your fans
come on
so enti CJ say you cedi no emu peja o man no se aniji e ya de papa ne mo e wo se ye hwe adekro so tudi a ama cedi no e peja if you say cedi no e hwe ase no you want to cry my nya ho nsem bebre de ntia cedi hwe ase na se ni se and say cedi no so peja de ntia cedi de peja me de e san say ya me denti no na ye pay the sustainability of it because the cedi no e be $1 is to 1 cedi a ye nyine ho beto ye we say your transactions are ye o to we o to watch o ko to moko kura timi ka say dollar kosoro nti affect moko ayeye wo you call manso du bia ye dua moko etiti moko no ho no we say dey na ma dollar no e affect no obetima ye economics natural analysis no say sanse moko no ye nua won kan ha ne ekofa wo nkronketo mu na de banti no e de faka car no so no e sanse dollar no kosoro no ama petrol no so bo kosoro etama ayi drivers so atuo mu pay famu ama e say spare parts so car so say e better spare parts anti obey analysis ni nyina ka cho say nunti
or the chemicals are omo de gu ni so fertilizer ni ade nyina
enti eno no chese usika na ho odin no se wo fom a ebe frusuru say aba be si fom say chai aba be ha bibia it is a city no enya ahoden a ebe boye ama be ma ye bibia so de akoso ha ne mpe as Anthony Drew no ha ni chire
me meti habi wan ha ni anche wa me
meti habi so man ka so ha chire wo me so ha chire
wan ha yan se me hwe no oba owuram ha nyina me hwe no
adaso krumu na wudie o
kwa me
bible
asa me na wo kan
okay onu aka sani sini akwaba presidential staffer also dollar but you share at your
for no see na me anim
me ba betra ha no 8 o'clock no
na say enwie enti si fam na enkomra
sidi na ho den me si kwa just a chairman ka sidi na ho den a you know, factors. We saw how say dollar no. Gold na war my muno. It play a major role. Because when we talk gold, the gold who jumana may say it is price in dollars. It is all gold reserves baby a boa mouse who see you know enya hoden. It is we have gold for oil policy at the buy a boa sustaining see you know in a way. Gold border a buy or so when you are serious or go so na ye to gold ni na de go and so eboa ma gold reserves no dey akọ another factor so aboa ma ye nsidi no so epeja ye say on say no hwe o hwe the last budget statement finance minister de buy DDEP na aban da no ya ban start here unim say enyan ye ripe obetua into on start or spend it into sasika no so ho I know so aboa ma so reserves no adoso say me kabe me die so mani so ade hu say aban so mfa na hoden kese so nwura the manufacturing sector no say the be ya manufacture bebra na ye export ya so we export goods ni bobia ana obetimi anya more forex so aba o system no be boa ma the sustainability of it aba now adwadifo no so a sidi no ahon ni ye ya omo be so mbete so no ye be sere wo mo omunti omunyo maso efri se senka sidi no ehwe ase a kometo omunyo mam oman na wo mo yenni nokra ma ye ho yenni nokra ema ye ho CJ Pemabume Anthony CJ Abuno me so me Anthony Abuno bo se edini na musa ase da bia sa principle say obi asika sho botom nti we twawe na we twawe no I mean it should come to an end.
Okay,
adwadifo ye besere mo say ye to unim say dollar no enya ahode kese chensi na anka ne ye ba trotro frank atum within few minutes they will increase it. I didn't say I feel that we met thesis ever met theory say you heard the sustainability of it. Now time and echo from no. Did you look at the sustainability or otherwise of it?
Kwame.
Omunte so.
Sifa mame. Me da say.
Mr. President Akasa yesem so muntie.
Me da say kwampoku CID na yete den kano. Chairman Anafori.
Yeah.
Akwaba.
Yeah.
But to be abokodi.
Yaminado.
Chairman, wakaye businessman inti. This conversation, the appreciation of the city and the benefits are the young consumers so over the yinya the whether or not good are they want sustainability of this appreciation of the city. What's your stance of what government the government cannot push price reduction onto traders, and that's a fact. Chairman, my intio kakana munko staff asonodo
metasi bebre there michia wetiefo this issue I raise PPP I released a press statement on it. Now the call for price reduction is in the right direction. The minister's statement that in a free market economy to force people to reduce prices. Honestly, you can't force people to reduce prices. Good and a corner, or more of a moral call than compelling call. There are factors that affect the business more than just stabilization of the city and the appreciation. When a brand new sika was high no, and all cotton goods. Into say immediate reduction or affect this sika some warehouse na nyama or there were issues of utility costs, energy costs, electricity, water, ID, there were tariffs, taxes, our importation of goods, edekra onyama. So all those things remain a constant. Or a difficult there overnight. The reductions. It's a good to call no, or you call some moral call. That age, factors now on quickly. And there, this thing or asymmetrical say or say depreciation okofom pa you raise the sikanen 10. But okosura or appreciate or you're very slow to reduce. The factors of economy. Mamma ma osi war in neighboring countries. Nigeria in 2023. We go through the same thing, temporary stabilization occurred. Government, engage retail sector, they wanted to cost. But what they did, so there was more subsidy to manufacturing sector. Boy, in the way also some incentive there to reduce war prices. Côte d'Ivoire between 2022-2023 also go through similar issues. But what reduce importation tariffs, government, to give people incentives to also reduce their prices. Senegal in 2021 also will go through, but the approach also tax waivers, VAT tax waivers to specific sectors. Also should growth. Now, critical to the economy. Anwa, Nyama Bebre, or force one to also reduce the prices. And see, right now, what is happening now? Yes, Ikawa stabilize, we appreciate against the dollar. Private sector, there's a moral call on you to reduce your prices. Minister, you free trade economy. Minister, but the price of milk should be X, another a citrate should be X, another this should be X. They can't do it. And a call for government there, government should come and reduce prices. In a free market economy, or unheard of. No expert can tell you that this can be done in the free market economy. But the call, or a moral call to Ghanaians there, what Guta is asking for. One kasa issue factors or guide the whole business. Now or allow room immediately for you to reduce your prices. Please kindly do so. Kindly do so. So that we can all have a peace of mind. And go focus there was share for the CD or pay how long it is. Let's enjoy it while it's here. For many business people are excited that with the less CD. This is a foreign
including yourself.
currency.
You're a business person.
Very excited. They made the less CD. Now made the koto, dollar, euro, other currencies to import goods. I mean, who will not be happy? And this thing, or something that business community are loving it, they are feeling it. What more like all of our twist issues. And everybody is crying that the process is continued, the process is sustained, and that there is a moral duty. You see, Ghana is not for just the one-way government. Citizens have also our role to play.
Absolutely.
To be able, for custom, there's a symbiotic relationship. You push and pull. The policies, the policy is obey fruit. Also, your responsibility to policy bearing fruit. In this case, the appreciation of the cedi no, which means the appreciation of the cedi nyɛ dɛ cedi no rekɔ soro sɛ dɛ n'ahoɔden ne ho yɛ dzen na nti tete no na sɛ ɛdze 16 cedis kɔtɔ $1 na sesia
the bɛyɛ 12 cedis
12 cedis kɔtɔ you are praying crap but ɔbɛkɔ akɔdu 10 8 na etum asave sika bebree bubro na da ye adwuma nti we are in support, the PPP is in support of the Guta call. The PPP also recognizes that a minister in the free market economy ought to set the prices for the private sector to do their work.
All right.
Nti sisi ano mo me nyina ya adwen yakore na one Ghana na yewo na obi am play ni role na Ghana asumdwe na ahotɔ omra nyina yentum nko.
But that's it. Nana Owusu Ofori, a national chairman, Progressive People's Party.
Major needs Owusu Adan. Ofori.
Owusu. Oh, okay. That's it. Thanks for the correction. That's it, Papa. Anthony Nupenu, a Greater Accra Regional staffer. Sorry.
Greater Accra Regional Organizer
of the NDC.
No, assuming Musi.
Chain staffer. Oh, okay. And Anthony Nupenu.
Other things nebe.
Organizer no the staffer no be.
No the bibia be. Pay respect to the foundation.
Tony bibia moko.
Nyame adum na also.
Nyame adum ho e. Embiano why?
Party position is the anchor around which anything can come.
Tony,
you can be disappointed in whatever has come today, but that one, this a mass is never disappointing.
Position,
Tony,
so now I see identical investigation.
Yeah,
studio.
Yeah.
What is
our national youth organizer? MPP. Yeah.
Well, he deserves it.
Our national youth organizer.
Very. You see, the MPP needs men and women with heads to manage it.
He has one.
Not the kind of leadership they have now. If they don't manage the situation, they will now so person national youth organizer, then he should not have a chairman like him to me. That one he can't work. He won't let him work.
Other question vest, we know we are more on the second row. Come in, I
say, Yeda Ochedian pass. Kono no adrumi. Na yedi nyansa eba beta wo dwuma di echi ahwe say den e nyina betimi aye abo man Ghana ma obi anya ho fa so me gidi say amamodi e di nsunsu anso bebre neba ekoyi a obi a energy enkoyi a nipa bebre no so na nwenwi enti since NDC ba e true John Dramani Mahama ni na panfo wapa anamonto bebre na ekoso say yebeboa say omanu jinabia ebeye yi. Every country ni bibia about the economy. Say economy ni jina na a tumpon. Every other sector will benefit it. But when there are challenges, people start to have issues with the government. And economy is only fapim be bringing a currency. How your currency is strong.
Yes.
Ebe manage and ebe provide support other economic factors. And then say a jadi e kosu o maimuna a year. Ema obi aniji because that is life. Food is life. Enti for some weeks now no. The way the economic turnover no echo currency na cedi no eba ahondin kakra any other trading currencies match here ebe boa say yeah investment, yeah income and expenditure, yeah import and export. Nina be nya some grounds to be able to support the economic growth. At least people are commending the government, the minister, and all players are more for this thing to happen. Enti niaye bompa say niaye hunu ebenya a longer term effect.
Yes.
Na aye sustainable.
Yes.
Enu na ne hu fa so no nipa bebre na be.
Yeah.
Se ba short term e the headache bebre eba aban bia.
That's true.
Enti nia obia bedwin say let's see the trend and support and make sure say it's good. And se sad ne be koso a ejina nema bebre na so. Say ye export cover no edoso a it will help us than your import cover. The moment import is overcoming exports, definitely you will not get your currency strong. Again, I buy any policy with other conglomerates or more lifty or more free a crew mu. Says I didn't so yanhwe hon mi na almost 30 effort dividend fi kroma and also the pressure to currency so. But I buy amayati I say one of the long term effect all two and among says I didn't yebe somu ye mineral reserves. I be cushion say ibetimi enya ahonding ewo ye seed num enti ni nyina ginemu. Now on the calls for reduction in commodity prices and other things, and no as Nana Forika a moral call. It cannot be a call for say Besho Bisu say
yeah.
Because at the time Onyan is stock Onyan at a certain prevailing price or rate and other conditions then did not also support whatever stock he has today. It's like say I fit danina uye kweni na okopla 1 acre na 2 acre so ko due bro stock awo no unfinish no immediately because who could due bro you don't know the rain pattern say bro no be due afiobenya so you manage it in a way say until you start harvesting and say when you good harvest you can deplete your stock until say obi a tissue paper importer or importer at maybe a rate of 16 cedis per whatever ton and or they buy 16 Ghana cedi per a dollar or they buy so no through warehousing or whatever niama be brena na koso a good stock the way niama buy dinti bia onya pricing and now niama ba fem onya pricing as I say on fambra at this rate on also June say me ton wie na me ko na say esan shoot here na me ton no less so these are the analysis and nipa be brebe here until I think we will continue to appeal to the market forces but for me I'm of the firm belief say yetimi 2 and amona ye pese 2 say be improve on our agricultural stock our other local stock ebema sustainable economic support people will appreciate that more than maybe holding the CD dollar and trying to force them. And for me, I know we have good prospects to come. And Nina Mpayabone Bebo say, all right, Nyame beta echi na edu hono.
But I say Anthony Nukwenu is a Greater Accra Regional organizer of the NDC and Yetien and Kano. Now it's exactly 10 o'clock. We have other national issues. Amampeni Mahama Akupiemu Togo. Yeah, in Shemudia Kase Koswadia Kotuja, Ghana's debt crisis, a mirror of Africa's governance failures. And no other current issues, Anas versus Canada, Japan, US court slashes 18 million defamation fine to $500. And then we also have Sami Jemfi's cash gift, minority doubling in opportunistic politics. Honorable Kwachi Ofusu, on also so Akasa Assembly. These ones, and we have remember Obia 7 minutes. Any of the topics, Chairman, my man shall see you.
Okay.
Now, any of the topics, your pick.
Yes, my man started with President Mahama's call. The Okokasa Wolome.
Yes.
Okoka the Ghana's debt crisis or mirror Africa's governance failure. This statement is not only timely, but it echoes the warnings many great African leaders have been telling us for a while now. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president,
Yes.
and a leading voice in Pan-Africanism, consistently cautioned that Africa's independence will be meaningless without economic sovereignty.
Yeah.
It is in line with what President Mahama is saying. Because President Mahama called on other nations, African nations, to be a one voice, especially with the G20 summit coming up. That Africans' voice in speaking to other nations, we should be speaking from a singular voice, which means that we should be unified. Kwame Nkrumah cut the same thing how many decades ago? That until we join forces as Africans and unify economically, politically, and socially, we will continue to have these problems. Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop, a Senegalese intellectual, also scientist, also emphasizes there, Africa's progress depends on reclaiming its agency, fostering unity, and building internal capacities. There, other yes, so yes, within. Near Kwana, Ebutum, Yako Yenim, as individual states, with a common aim, with a common destiny. Nye na Marcus Garvey Sukanya. Ye great leaders, Marcus Messiah Garvey, Suka the same exact time. And the President Mahama's call, he is linking to her historical, spiritual knowledge of our people. Now, but the challenge has been not that we don't know, he is asking for a clarion call to action. One, as Africans. But have we been doing it? Have we spoken with a single voice? So in the meeting in Lome with African heads of state, he was speaking to his colleagues. And he was echoing the spiritual, historical leadership of what it takes for us as a people to be able to go forward. Dr. Ivan van Sertima, also another African historian, also said that he urged African leaders to root governance in cultural integrity and historical awareness. President Mahama's call links to Nkrumah, links to Sheikh Anta Diop, links to Dr. Ivan van Sertima. He also links to Professor Ali Muzuri's call. They have all called for this. So, may show these people for you to understand. They are deep, or very deep, that if we listen to our people, We need to call attention to the dangers of governance detached from realities, values, and aspirations of African people. You cannot have governance. Professor Ali Muzuri Nwaka say, it is detached from the people. Mayepe, meyehwehwe, meyehia, adza oboboa, na impuntu, otima ba, yakwen. President Mahama's call is linked to Kwame Nkrumah, Dr. Ivan Valsetema, Sheikh Antadia, Ali Muzuri. All these people are thinking the same thing. And President Mahama, in an atmosphere, in a place with his colleague leaders in the African continent, is asking them to rise to action timely, just before the G20 summit, so that people can go and Africans can go there and be represented. You see, the begging African is nothing to write home about. The begging African separate disenfranchised small states nyama na selfish gains says Bretton Woods institutions or take advantage of this cracks in the system horrible conditions. Sometimes we can't even see our way clear in this process. President Mahama's call asking for us to be one, for us to have a singular voice on the African continent. It's not only timely, it is historical, it is spiritual, it is something that the future of us as a people is linked into this small statement. Omeki, very analysis. Let me say, no, this thing is too deep for us to let go just like that. Yeah, normal political nyama with it. The unified position that the G20 has demand for fairer debt restructuring is consistent with the intellectual legacy. Yet, fairer debt restructuring, as a people, we want fairness. But to have fairness, we must be one with a singular voice. As a people of one aim, one destiny, and to be able to move. And to say, this statement linking to the historical, spiritual aspect of our people. That, look, whatever happens to my brother anywhere on this continent has happened to me.
Yeah.
And that is why I was particularly happy when the Sahelian states, we sent a envoy, and we created a special position for that, despite what the world is trying to tell us to do. The world is trying to tell us to shun our brothers in the Sahelian states. And the fact that we put somebody there is saying, how can you shun your neighbor? How can you shun your neighbor? You see what has happened in the past? We demonize each other. So, Bruni, Europeans now there's one power will be demonized so that when they come in for the killer, nobody cries. But since do you see what is happening on the continent? There is more information about our brothers, and people are willing to shield our brothers and support them in their fight against colonialism.
Yeah, that's true.
But in the past, we will say that somebody is wearing an army suit or whatever it is, until we should leave that person to their fate so that somebody can come in and go for the kill. We did the same thing to Brother Gaddafi. We will not sit here and allow these things to happen.
Okay.
So President Mahama's call is a very deep call. And we must reflect as a people, as a nation, on what he has said. And let's not do the normal analysis of what, do an analysis that will bring our people together, bring the continent together,
right.
create an economy for Africans to work with, so that the stabilization, the appreciation of our currency, becomes stronger and it becomes deepened. And so we, the PPP, we are in support of this call.
All right.
And debt restructuring for the Africans on the continent is a must.
Chairman, Papa. Kwame, I remember on this one. Opaque.
Chairman,
yeah.
I was enjoying the lectures. I said, what's a chairman or Nkrumah is too? And Bibia linked to Pan-Africanism, African.
You're passionate about.
Yes, and I really enjoyed it. So
personally, I have.
Yes.
Just one round.
So I gave you about 3 topics, and you make your pick. You can use your 10 minutes to deal with one. Oh, but I was saying 10 o'clock. Prepare pen and mash. Okay,
no problem.
1 minute, Chairman.
This issue of this gift stuff, cash issue is Gemfi. And the opposition jumping on it with everything that they have. Miniature. I think the opposition is becoming too desperate, and it's too early. It's becoming too desperate. Look, let me give you a chronology. It jumped on the drug A. Have you seen that? Whoa. They jumped on the CJ factor. Has the CJ ever complained to you that the process she's going through is not fair? Has she ever complained to you? She wrote for petitions, right? She responded. She has a lawyer. She's going through the process. Has she complained to you that I'm not going through? You are crying more than the bereaved. Have you seen that the leadership of MPP, Professor Michael Kwe, has come to say that perhaps when the system is like this, she should have resigned? Do you see what Asamoah Kana is at variance with what is happening on the streets? And when you jump on every little thing and you want it to become a national issue, but we have economic issues, we have other key issues, I would think that the MPP would take Galamsey and try to deal with Galamsey. But when you jump on little things, look, here was a private transaction in somebody's car. Obi the paparazzi, be the camera, kote obi the car, or record what happened in somebody's car. Or to be an agent. Now, he should have known better, knowing that he's part of the political architecture. But having said that, the private transaction now occurred. Is it a national issue? That a press conference.
But maybe because he's a government appointee.
No, but when we were sitting in this country, now Crawford gold bars go to table to show their wealth, opulence. When we were in this country, a vice president, Ochesika to people, there were videos, all this, or why Sika, or the teacher Crawford, the people talk about it. You see, politics.
Okay.
Now, politics of issues. Me, the topic about. Let's say we need to dissect that topic. Now, we need to deal with it. Let's deal with it.
All right, Chairman, that's it.
But jumping on this issue with Sami Gyamfi, to me, it's not a national issue.
All right.
It's not a national issue that we go and do a press conference.
All right.
Especially when you are tainted. He who comes to equity,
the minority is tainted,
must come with clean hands. That's why I gave you instances of what has happened within themselves.
Chairman Medase, let's refer to my other panelists.
You can't come to equity and not have clean hands.
Chairman Medase,
me not there, me erase that issue. Yes.
Because you are a neutral person. Okay, Martin. Kwame.
See,
yeah.
See, chairman
farm time no.
There we offer Anthony there. See, chairman, let's say Omaimu time MPP Wabem when let's say
yes.
Chairman want to make the gold bars, a good table so. Who bars a topical issue.
Yeah.
The opposition then jumped on it. And the cancer might say, yeah, Galam saying, yes, Galam says, they are good. I'm a chairman, no. Chairman, there. Chairman, okay, say, I may issue. People spoke about it.
Miss, the bag of gold bars, a bag of gold bars. You were being accused of mining even in the forest, and to further rub it in our faces. The bag of gold bars never change.
And this was a party chairman. Party chairman na onkra abaimu position. Now, Dr. Baumia so there or call said there about say function bia on say obia ne culture baby o wa obi esa o diska ebebo ni tiri so be yenina we've
chairman nyabo chairman
ma at least ma di chief executive ma di chief executive o ko functions why no o ko functions na amanfo ba ho say wako ade wako festival bi no obi sa say 2 cities squad the born mama so 5 cities are the born mama so I mean these are nyama as individual even in your private capacity enti yentimi meka say vice president dia na manfo anka was omo kan ho asem we spoke about it e wo man mu ye beta radio so e be kan ho nsem nyina samejan fidie enka nya asem bia o enka nya asem bia nemom said the president Mahama e wo Lome oka about African leaders e ka hawa ya anka say ya maline ho akeke kansama ma the western world enya yen use ye no ebia na esi wo yen current political dispensation mu o man mu anka samejan fi wako we program na obi aba ka mu no wa cheniska anka get problem ba me ye fi say ye wo man mu ana maami bia na friend Vicky Hammer minim say ni writer Victoria Hammer o telephone call keko conversation kwaka say pay $1 million as say yedi nadi na onyanya yo yedi nadi e dey the president di nadi that time president esusu say sa join the show trim na wo say no na nti no aba abam de wo say yi wadi now dollar conversation aba yeka say sikalo currency no koye cedi ko anka asem ni ho but okomo obi dollars say yankwa agrada ho GRA should go to agrada so munkoji gift tax the GRA should go there so munkoji gift tax now what is Felix Ofosu-Kwakye saying say the minority what's the minority are doubling in the opportunistic politics how see me say asem we Kenya asem but a son say in the past people have capitalized on sa nyoman kitinkitini bi ana baba ya asem until na obi kan wasem when Cecilia Rapa issue e buy e dey na assembly of ankota radio so anka e dey na assembly of ankota TV so anka especially coming in the wake up no the chairman recently president
full of money
a house full of money really
label.
A house full of money really then if you and say a Bank of Ghana Christ can say the bua
yes say a second Bank of Ghana
chairman do any na we so I mean dem so yi scam no me hu video num CJ
yes
let's be very careful politics na ye o man mu no e mane nkoba say obi e wo position enti de obi be ye bia anye obi wo power enti opposition assembly obeka bia anye yenye politics of inclusivity yenye politics ye discuss issues ye hu say issues we ne kan wasem enkonkoba say obi de ba ne aka obi de ye nka me say some asem nkan issue but in the past because of some better radio so making what they are some making ni se china me ba mu na me kokoye bia they will bring the video now and I say me audio and me voice and the other be kanta dia me meka and then ma enkofo say there's double standards in some of the political actors. You cannot be approbating and reprobating at the same time. All your politics are. So same way this is your stance and I say when I can no chairman what they saying president at the code of conduct aba opulent lifestyle in the past what
refer to upon the code of conduct no near samijin fear where in the code of conduct man penny diabano ena watumra
opulence so dash out dollars in the open dollars.
Have you read the code of conduct?
I said opulence. I used the word opulence.
No, I need that portion of the code of conduct because I would want to make reference to that.
President say eschew opulence.
And where was the opulence?
Say $2 and your opulence.
See him dashing.
No one more be dollars and your opulence.
Well, how did you describe that as a $1?
Dollars and your city. Say city now the money pana. Currency.
How do you take
20
as a lawyer? He said, yes, I think the pan say opulence and whatever.
You can't take the person on.
So why do you waste our time to talk about
code of conduct? Say
where in the code?
Opulence lifestyle.
No.
And can na unyama abemu ye nyama appointment no. Sa time no na uche dollars ana.
Oche.
Monfa bi mra, monfa evidence bi mra. Ni ehu say bia wo betena na ka say same ma me dollars be yeni na me ye say. Ska no bia che obiska. But unya ba mu a then you are very measured. Never be also you careful. Because obey bia no. Say the police for you can it could be used against you. The obey bia no. Say Mr. Cities and or no the man no man bia 1,000 cities 2,000 obi ani ni asem obi acho biska but say how many $dollars there and that's a bregu because nyani nya no tama no or can be no man be the odi can che and the oguso che and the obekọ nanim akwa che no and so Anthony and can big issue but Onwa he has brought it upon himself. President Mahama's call, I mean, I support it 100%. Me can also in my earlier submissions, me can say Africa as on mine as a continent. I didn't need to mean kind of humbum. Now the baby ana kwa I say brofoka near church. The president just speech kwa komei. Ebeda ho ama ebeka emfanya adwuma. Yeti ya maimu ne say Africa, West Africa see be one currency. Say the beya betimi trade amongst ourselves. Eku.
Yeah.
Akusi saying. It is because Africa is not united as we are expected to be. Yentimi nkan hu obi susu obi fili say we person gen munyam and we mpene and even the language barrier no so I am a major factor.
Okay.
Because Africa e won no ebi ka French, ebi ka Brofo, ebi ka Swahili, ebi ka enti said the beya ko be ke ho bom na yedin. And it is not linking up with unity no. Enti the president kan any there me fese anka betimi dia ya adwuma.
Okay.
Ne etimi dia ya adwuma eno ene beboa ama oman no continent no ebetimi atumpo.
Me da se pa Honorable Clement Opoku Jemfi ena yete ne nka no Tony. Ye brown so na
for me a good call but to what end? That has been a problem or the continent. Omo mutina dem honum nyina no are they committed to this cause? Bebre na betina hono. They are still hold their allegiance to their slave masters. Enti ye kanyama no enso ye koye fear ni ehia na ye koye. I get him yeti continent so na yeshia a borrowed language ene eka ye language the intimi espousing the way I say it me ko but that forum na Japanese ambassador baho and I say President baho obeka Japanese Chinese premier about how beka China language among na interpreting but e come honu mu a ye ko kan obi die niama we nyina no until these fundamentals yes and will continue making the good all the brilliant speeches, well thought through speeches, but the implementation becomes a problem. And Shenia slave masters Eddie Sahelian brothers if him. Me as we speak now, me the support from the African Union. And I'm worried. Say so nim no mutina ho. Na niama omu dia ye Gaddafi. Omu dia ye other leaders. Omu say the ye Traore ni nuanu mo a. And there will not be any African continent. Timi dia minim say omampenyi wa adwempa obutaipa. Se ni nuanum ewo other sub region no. Embe so omu dia omu adwemba. Onhwe omu dia omu adwemba tanechi. No lead that course. Nien liberty yahu na nsemfuna course toward the continent no so look at our mineral reserves are here. Why? But because of lack of coordinated effort to make good use of it no and it there peanut na yes niam afumbia no mu di che na eji because the vast benefit from it niam afumbia na eji. I think time about say when the US and other countries are dashing us some useless commodities and gadgets, we should reject them and build a sustainable continent.
All right. But I say, Adom 106.3 FM, and Abejafua, Menuano Edi Dubai, Chairman Nana Ofori Owusu, a National Chairman Progressive People's Party.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
NDC for Nina Misremo. Ajubreo. Yenu asami jemfi na semi enya asemo a mo be fu na mwakasatra atro ni amatra mesre obi ajubreo.
Okay.
Na yenko yeni.
Me da say. Lawyer Clement Opoku Jemfi, a former DCE Amansia South and incoming National Youth Organizer.
The party food soldier.
Obetina has
$1 crowd. Thousands of dollars.
Kwame bife. Obetina hey, who two MPP mebunufo. Say amunjai kasa.
Some MPP mebunufo.
So amunjai kasa. And this for the
the soldiers in the also mukasa and this food soldiers they also mukasa.
Meeting the Chief Jerry Forsen. Kofi Hassan, thank you. Dominic Isiabua, thank you. Are you all 5? Caroline Tete.